Drummond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dowd, and it's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. And I thank the Honourable Member for West Dorset for securing this incredibly important debate. Like others, getting better broadband for my constituents in Weymouth Valley has been a key focus of my work since 2019. During COVID, it became clear how isolated some of my constituents could become, and I want to raise awareness of a couple of issues in particular which are still holding us back. In particular, I am afraid that I'm not as positive as my honourable friend for North Devon about Openreach. The communities of Kilmerston, Bramdean and Cheriton had a gigabyte voucher scheme approved by BDUK more than a year ago, but since then Openreach have delayed things. Firstly, they told constituents that BDUK were the hold-up on approving the gigabyte programme vouchers. When I contacted BDUK, it turned out that they had not been given all the information they asked for. I had to ask BDUK to extend the deadline for the previous scheme to get the vouchers approved, and they did so. And I'm very grateful to BDUK for all their hard work on this and also for responding so quickly to all my questions. Since then, Openreach have dithered about installing the fibre. Again, constituents were told that it was SSE being a blockage. I met SSE, and it turned out that every other telecom provider agrees nationwide licences with SSE to carry for its poles to carry cables, but Openreach has not. Openreach has agreed to pay for the licence for this project, but there's apparently a delay in getting the payment made to SSE. This nonsense has been dragging on for months, and I understand the sheer exasperation of my constituents. There are a couple of senior public servants who were given fast broadband very quickly. Now, that is fine, but while doing that, Openreach bypassed many other residents with equally important jobs. For instance, the Director of NHS Emergency Services, a consultant orthopaedic spinal surgeon, 3 GPs, a CEO responsible for vehicle fleet support for 12 police forces, 2 fire state services and 2 ambulance trusts, a project manager for a national mobile telephone company, project manager for SSE, ironically, senior TV news correspondent, editor for national sports newspaper, and many more, which I won't list now. So I complained about this to the CEO of Openreach, and I got diverted to the MP's complaints department. Does he actually know how his company is performing in rural areas? I will keep battling on to get this logjam broken, but perhaps it'd be useful for Ofcom to look into how different infrastructure owners work together in practice. Because while we have the guidelines, it seems that more can be done to facilitate getting cables installed. A second problem relates to constituents who are being abandoned completely by another company. The company, now branded as Truly, Trooli, but originally Coreflow, have told residents in Woodlands of my constituency that they are discontinuing their services. This has come out of the blue to them, with minimal information being supplied. They're being told to switch to 4G. The trouble is there is no 4G in this area. Although Truly say that they're within their rights to do this, surely it is unacceptable that a company which has had public money to set up its network can simply walk away from it when there's no viable replacement. I will.
Would she agree with me that some of these unscrupulous providers who suggest they're going to do things but then backtrack and then fail to deliver what they say they're going to do should actually be properly held to account, and we should find ways to make sure that Ofcom indeed do that?
Absolutely, and I hope Ofcom are listening to the debate, because as I said, it's disgraceful that public money is being used and wasted. Hampshire County Council supported the installation, and they've done everything they can to help me across the constituency. This is not any fault of theirs, and I'm grateful for their support. Truly's behaviour has been appalling, and I'd welcome the advice of the Minister on how I can put this right. And as I said, I'll also be asking Ofcom to look at this. This community will be included in the procurement scheme with City Fibre, hooking them up in the future. However, the community cannot be left without provision in the meantime, although I hope it will be prioritised for the future work. The government-funded Hampshire procurement is fantastic news for Mearn Valley. The technology is evolving with 5G on the way, and it's vital that we make use of every means of getting better broadband into our communities. I will keep pushing government and the private sector on this, because businesses, families and schools depend on being able to work at high speed. But it is very frustrating for everyone when it takes so long to put in. Thank you, Mr. Dowd.